So you're going to be hearing the wonderful participants. They'll be reading their work, which they wrote over the last few weeks. We had 2 creative writing workshops.
This program was designed by the Serve the City, who is an organization working with volunteers, a program that is giving people opportunity to express themselves for who they are and to express the journey that they're going through as new arrivals in Ireland. Welcome everyone to our In-Between Poetry Evening. The subject of today's Poetry Evening, In Between, is because we are all in between here. We are in between languages, we are in between cultures, we are in between lives, because migration sometimes means that we are leaving a life behind and we are starting a new life. And with our writers, when we met, there was clear that they are a bit anxious about the new beginnings and what's going to happen in future. But at the same time, they were very, very brave to put themselves into this situation when they, not knowing anyone, they were opening themselves up to those new beginnings. People really were looking for ways to express themselves and express what they feel and what they're going through a written word. And that was the preferable form of self-expression. We are going to have our first poem, and that is Poem.
First person to be on stage here. No, you have butterflies in your stomach and you feel very strange. But looking at the faces here, I say it's to be one big family. And when you're talking to your family, you feel at ease. So that's just the way it is. So the title of my poem is Blink of an Eye. The creeping and jolting of a beloved Homo sapiens, trapped in a dark hollow room. Their screams rending the air like a baby calling out to his mother. The heat, the deafening sound, the wailing and echoes fill the air. Flakes of dust covering bodies like a baker in flour. Day becoming night in the blink of an eye. The sky bellowing, the earth trembling in shock, and tears of blood dropping from the skies. Freedom of life stripped from Papa. Oh beloved, the masked ones have taken you below. Nonchalant that you passed. Papa, death cheated you. No more stories from the old. Papa is lying on the polished wooden bed, cold. Weary end, dig out the damn sand. Dust, returning to dust. Below lies Papa. Tears flowing as tongues continue to mortar scribbled words. There are different shades of black seen among those who lie silent. Goodbye, Papa, as your body is left behind. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. The title of my poem is Japa. Japa, by the way, is a Yoruba slang. Yoruba is a tribe in Nigeria. And Yoruba, Japa is a slang meaning running away. Yes. Please listen very well. Dubbed out, broken up, and disenchanted. Life, where is thy sweetness? Burdened by age and consumed in infantile assurances of safety, I refuse to jabber. That I had a wing, I would have wished to live in the skies or in the very open air above the ground, living with angels and nature. I look at the flowing rivers, the freedom of the birds and the waters. the pugnacious smell of danger hanging and looming in the horizon, the beauty of space and country lost in rascalities, bazookas and small arms from illegal acquisitions ended up in the bosom of vultures and merchants of death, desperately thirsty and hungry, blood-sucking gods, mending the hearts like the tailor mends clothes, hearts broken in despair of living, when the living becomes a daily challenge and the fear streaming down the broken heart, mended heart. And so, each horrendous killing and maiming comes with graveyard peace and irresponsible responses and actions. Sojourn through land, sand dunes, and deserts and wide-bodied waters, located in the terrain of the country of four seasons, in search of peace and mind and security. Mother Africa, the beautiful landscapes, land of nature, oh my fatherland, my compatriots are healthy. Good evening.
Thank you. So the title of my poem is My Food, My Choice, and is actually in line with what Fiona said in one of the sessions. She said, she was quoting Emily Dickinson, said, tell the truth, but tell it slant. So this is the truth that is very slanty. Happy listening. Oh, how I long to be me, to carry my plate with delight, with no sense of shame of the content therein. But the all-knowing rolling eyes are overpowering. They decide what to choose. Manipulation is masqueraded in concern for my vigor. Don't tell me what to choose. To make a selection out of a collection is a torture. A la carte is desirable, yet compelled to comply with table dot. To eat as I like is my freedom. For too long, I have committed my intake to your approval. Oh, how I long to ingest on my own terms. My self-care bulls me. Don't tell me how to live. Your position-based authority is a leech limiting appetite. Excitement dies. Taste bud becomes dull at your appearing. The array of buffet is appealing, but my throat squirms at no gain. My vulnerability submits to your menu. My comfort compromised, yet compelled to comply. To dive unhindered into a plate of jollof rice is my longing. The flavored crimson grain, finding favor with spicy hot chicken, relish with wine is glorious. I love all food, but opportunity has not been proportionate. My curiosity rises at the sight of all different cuisine. To hinder me is a blunder. Life is short. In the shortness lies sweetness. Let me relish the sweet savor. Oh, how I long to be me, with no care of filling my plate as I like. Don't tell me how to live. My food is my choice. My choice is my freedom.
I'm so happy. I'm glad that you guys want to listen to my writing poem tonight. Thank you so much as you listen. My poem goes like this. Things my country never taught me is about a young girl who grew up in a society where basic needs are being divided because of the lack of social welfare that government divided into politician money. I was brought up in a society which is full of corrupt leaders and government. During the year 1991, I was born. I started growing up as a teenager. I was brought up in a very poor society as a young secondary school girl and lacked a lot of skills I needed to succeed compared to young people of the Western world today. During my days of study in primary to secondary school and even up to university level, I was never taught how to use a computer because they were never made available to the primary school and up to the federal university. During my time of schooling, coming to the Western world today, I felt very bad about my basic education. It gave me some barriers that if all these things were made available during my teenagerhood, I would have surpassed the level that I am in life today. The focus I have in my present life today is to be a better person so that even when I remember about my beginning, it will make me never to dwell on the past. Rather, I would like to improve in myself and impart the knowledge to people around me and to my community at large. I hope one day that our African leaders will realize the lack of opportunity they've caused for the poor families when focusing on their rich political family alone. Because of the self-interest they have for the masses, they have really destroyed the beautiful life of every family that has a poor background like me and others. In Ireland today, where I came to seek for international protection, for the short period of time that I've stayed here, I learned that every human being have an equal right and decision to do whatsoever they want without any society barriers. With the little culture I've come to realize in Ireland, they will never compromise the basic standard of living where whether being poor or rich, they classify everyone's right to be equal. Even as an asylum-seeker, the opportunity that I enjoy here in Ireland that my country could never provide for me, like proper security are put in place for everyone. You cannot abuse anyone and not to face the law of the country. But where I'm coming from in Africa, things like abuse, criminal offenses, bullying, look like a normal thing in a society like Africa that I am coming from. Starting up a new way of life in working system in Ireland will really be a great opportunity for me to be able to benefit a high standard of education that will help me succeed and acquire all the knowledge I need to pursue my goals and achieve them in a very short period of time. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Hadith is my title of poem. Hadith is hiccuping so when crying leaves you breathless. That's the meaning of Hadith in Kurdish language. Hadith. It's midnight. Take my last Hadith. I'm crying like a baby. It's a very hard, sorrowful journey. It's a red migration. It's a tear migration. Oh, Janakam, it's time to start my journey to that land, which will be my cradle for a long time, which will be a hug for my tired body, which will be a shoulder for my heavy head. Oh, it's time for my long migration, which I am sure if it does not kill, it will burn me at the last. Oh, Janakam, your loss still makes me cry every night. You are still in my vision when I look far away. You are still in my tears, so I won't blink forever. You are still in my heart, so I can't run from the border guard. I am afraid I wake you up with the sound of my quickened heartbeat. Today is still yesterday. You are still like yesterday hair. You are still hair like yesterday. But it's my fault. I am not with you like yesterday. Oh, Janakam, oh my darlings. In every night I have strong Hadith till the sunrise, because you are very far and I am so lonely, especially tonight. Your love's hurricanes, your love's fire tornado comes to me, takes my blanket far away. I am shouting by all of my soul power, which fill the world, but no one consoles my condolence. It's midnight, and I'm sure you heard my hiccup, and I'm sorry, I'm so sorry you waked up. Thank you.
Thank you all so much. You've heard such a wonderful show of writing this evening. All the amazing writers. It was such an honor to work with you all, and just the things that you wrote just moved me no end. And it was just so powerful to work with you. So thank you for entering into the process and doing all the crazy things I suggested you do in the classroom. Wasn't one person there tonight who probably doesn't speak 3 languages fluently. Everybody there is multilingual. And in my sad state of being plurilingual, I'm always astounded at how easily people can move between languages. So from an educational perspective, I was completely unaware of who was from what background, because I think everybody brought something. And it was really, really interesting to hear the different perspectives that people brought.
But I also want to thank every other members of the audience for coming here and giving your time and believing in us as writers, and believing that what we are going to offer you is also going to nourish you for today, tomorrow, and the rest of the week. And that someday you will pick up a magazine or a book or something, and you'll see a familiar name in there, which I wish to all of our writers very much so. Integration doesn't have to be about labor market and about housing. These are very important things, but integration can be also about bringing people together through art, and also creating spaces for people to be artists. Creativity can be also healing, and creativity is our power, because we have words, and the words that we have can be a source of resistance and source of healing. And I think that the work that people produce during these workshops really show that we achieved our goal.